Welcome to Platos TV. Today we're exploring the magic world of Cabernet Franc. Cabernet Franc is said to be the father of Cabernet Sauvignon, which is much more famous, but Cabernet Franc on its own is a very noble cultivar. He is the king of the Loire Valley, and like any cultivar from the Loire Valley, he likes cool weather, mild weather, a lot of rain and moisture, and that's why in South Africa it is often found only closer to the coast, and at least that's why it's producing the best of what it can offer. Cabernet Franc is giving a perfumed wine. It's not a massive full-bodied wine. It's often textured on the palate. It's got flavors, very spicy, herby, dried herbs, but a long finish, and this wine can be perfect food matcher and not a substitute to Cabernet Sauvignon at all. It's actually more medium-bodied and a great food wine that can age for very long. And in South Africa, you know, Cabernet Franc is worth much more than just being a blending partner in a Bordeaux blend. It's on its own. Cabernet Franc is like 80-100 hectares, less than 1% of the total acreage of South Africa in red grapes, but it's got a lot to offer, and we found a few dedicated winemakers that have been taking this cultivar to make it a great wine. Okay, Platos TV, we are glad today to welcome Brewer Rats to talk about Cabernet Franc. Brewer Rats is known as a king of Cabernet Franc, but you know, being the king of Cabernet Franc, don't need a bit small, it's like being the king of Monaco. Nobody knows Cabernet Franc. It's what, don't you feel you should have been selecting some things bigger like Cabernet Sauvignon that people know about it?
Yeah, John Vincent, it is like being the beauty queen of some small little obscure country, but on the other hand is that, you know, why be the same than everybody else, especially if you can work with something as rich as Cabernet Franc and that have so much to offer.
Cabernet Franc, some say it's from Bordeaux, some say it's from the Loire Valley. What is your idea on that, brewer?
I definitely agree that it is from the Loire Valley. Cabernet Franc doesn't originate from Bordeaux. I think wrongly people categorize Cabernet Franc as a Bordeaux variety. I think it is not. It is definitely a Loire variety.
So it means that Cabernet Franc is happy in Europe on the north of the 45th parallel. Don't you think that we're a bit warm in South Africa, where actually we are 34th, 33rd parallel south?
If there's one variety that is very terroir specific, and probably the most so from all varieties, it's Cabernet Franc. It is a very highly strung thoroughbred racehorse, and if you don't
restaurants in the city, yeah? But that's gonna go very well with the Cabernet Franc, actually.
Pigeon meat. Oh, lovely, yes, yes. In fact, I had it in the Loire before, and it worked beautifully. So, yeah.
So I just want to say that no Cabernet Franc has been tested on animals, only on winemakers.
That's why I'm still alive. I've seen it so many times, you know, when we go for parties or for dinners and I put a bottle of Cabernet Franc on the table and everybody tries everything, but the Cabernet Franc is the one that always finishes first, because you go back, a big blockbuster style wine, it's interesting for the first sip and first half a glass, but after that you're looking for something that's going to interest you and that you can actually drink. And that is why, and especially in South African conditions, is that where our red wines tend to have sometimes higher alcohols, Cabernet Franc at 13.5 can still produce fully ripe wines, and that is wonderful to drink a wine with a lower alcohol with so much flavor.
It is always the magic test, always the magic test for the wine is realize on the morning what wine is left in the bottle. You know, you realize that the lightest wine, the wine that like Cabernet Franc, which are maybe more complex but don't show big physical body, are actually the one that everybody enjoyed and been drinking, where these magic monsters might still be in the bottle.
Absolutely. There's no replacement for complexity and elegance.
Which is the best Cab Franc you ever had?
Clos Rougeard in the Loire.
So Clos Rougeard is a Cabernet Franc from the Loire Valley. It's from Saumur-Champigny and is a very fruity, at the same time very complex, deep and terroir-based wine made by a small family in Saumur-Champigny. Brewer, thank you so much to have shared with for Plateaus TV this vision of Cabernet Franc, and yes, you're the best ambassador of that cultivar, and we all hope that more people will dare to grab a bottle from the shelf or from the wine list, because as you said, Cabernet Franc's got a lot to offer. It's maybe not the easiest cultivar to go in, but as you say, it's developing in the glass. There's always a layer under to get more dimension into the wine and make it more complex and more pleasant, and great social drink, because there's a lot to talk about this wine.
For sure. My challenge for the next 10 years is to actually to make Cabernet Franc popular. My hope is that before I die one day, everybody will drink Cabernet Franc.
At least now everybody from Plateaus TV will know about Cabernet Franc, and I'm sure that next time you see a Cabernet Franc from one of the great producers from South Africa, owned from Brewer, you will definitely take a chance and get one of these bottles, because it's always worth it. Thanks, Brewer.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, for Plateaus TV, we have the great honor and chance to get Josephine to make us dream about Cabernet Franc, but not Anjou or you know, Touraine like Chinon. Cabernet Franc from South Africa. There's only a few producers making this wonderful wine, but people are often scared to go in the shelf and get a bottle of Cab Franc. What to expect from a Cab Franc?
Like you said, there's only a few of them, but the ones that there are really, really good. I've been told that Cab Franc is a difficult varietal to grow.
It is.
It needs to ripen properly, otherwise it becomes very, very green. But when you get one that's ripened properly and a well-made wine, yes, it's got that little bit of freshness, like a little bit of mintiness, but it's got lots of black currants, oozing with black currants.
And some perfume as well, and
yes,
violet.
Yes, yes.
That's magic.
Yes,
I love that.
Lots
I
of
love
violet.
Cabernet Franc. You can see herbs, you can see spices,
yes.
It's vegetal, it's almost grippy on the tongue, but it's still very soft. It's like the tannins, you can feel they're here, they jump on you, but they're fairly still restrained.
Exactly. In comparison to many other varietals, it's unique, but it's got such a complexity.
I love being unique. I should be Cabernet Franc one day.
If you were a grape varietal, you would have been Cabernet Franc.
I love Cabernet Franc.
Yeah, I think so. You wouldn't be
yes,
Pinot Noir, no.
I would love to be Pinot Noir.
Yeah, but you
But Cabernet Franc is very good. So, Josephine, thank you for your opinion on Cabernet Franc and your dreams about Cabernet Franc. I'll keep that in mind. And their Cabernet Franc, it's very unusual. It's not only limited to a blend in a Bordeaux blend. Cabernet Franc on its own can make magic wines in South Africa.
Agree.
Thank you, Josephine.
Pleasure.
Cabernet Franc is not an easy wine to make, and it's even a rarer wine to find on any wine list or in any shop. But you know, take the risk. Cabernet Franc is always a good choice when you want a wine that can go with food, and it can as well go with spicy food, because it's often very spicy, perfumed and herby, but not overpowering. So you know, take the risk and try Cabernet Franc.